Everyone loves a good adventure thriller to read, and sometimes it becomes even more exciting when you get to actually talk to the author who wrote it and pick his brain about the ideas. Joining me now is author Dr. John Hagen. He's a retired surgeon from Canada who did surgery for almost 40 years, and he wrote The Sailor. Because that was his passion. John, welcome to Studio 9, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's first of all talk about the book a little bit. The Sailor. Now, The Sailor is, I would suspect, doctor's worst nightmare. Tell us how this thing opens up.
So the opening scene is somebody floating in the middle of the ocean in the Bermuda Triangle. And there's waves, and he can rise up on top of the waves, and he's looking around for his sailboat, and he can't find it. His life jacket's inflated, and he can't remember initially, what exactly happened, but it starts to come back to him. And he knows from his survival at sea course that the chance of surviving more than 24 hours is about 1%. And so he gets to the top of a wave. He looks around for his boat. He can't see it, and that's and then it goes into the story. It explains how he got there.
Okay, so how he got there involved an arrest. Might this be a doctor? How is a doctor arrested involved in this exciting story?
Well, it's actually quite rare for a doctor to get arrested unless he's done something criminally wrong. But this in this book, that is something that the doctor, surgeons worry about. In this case, a patient dies at one point after surgery, and the surgeon who happens to be chief of surgery, gets charged with murder.
Aha! Okay, so we've got to read The Sailor to find out why in the world would a surgeon get arrested after an operation, and number two, why in the world would he end up in the Bermuda Triangle? That sounds pretty good. Now, you wrote this book because you've had a life experience of both medicine and sailing. In fact, you bought a sailboat before you even bought a house. Tell us about that.
Yes, I just finished my surgery training, and I landed my first job, and it turns out to be my only job. I worked at the same hospital for 37 years, and I bought a 25-foot sailboat before I bought a house. Yeah.
Okay, and you've had some drama on the water. I think sailing and danger, a lot of people think, oh, it looks so peaceful out there. There's a lot of drama and danger, isn't there?
Yeah, there can be. Yeah, absolutely, especially in the open ocean, once you're in the open ocean.
Okay, so if you have to give people one last hook to read this book, what would you say, and how would they get a copy of The Sailor?
Okay, one last hook would be the adventure of being on the open ocean, and I think you'll get the feeling what it's like out there. I sailed from, myself personally, I sailed from the East Coast of the United States to Bahamas one year, and then next year I sailed down to Antigua, and that took about 9 days. Nothing bad happened to me. Obviously, I'm still here, but it's.
But you're always thinking about what could happen, and that's where
correct.
The Sailor comes in. Dr. Hagen, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll put, of course, where you can get a copy of that book, Amazon and your website. Thank you so much.